What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. I'll be your host here, Chuck. And as you guys can wake up and smell the coffee, your boy James Harden, crybaby ass James Harden, has gotten his way, man. He has cried his way out of his third team and has landed with his fourth team within 3 years. This is crazy, man. The NBA is allowing all of this BS to happen under their noses and under their watch. I just don't. Oh my goodness, man. I just don't understand this badness, but he got his way. And before I continue to talk about this, I want to ask you guys to do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you guys can continue to get the latest when I drop my sports media takes. Okay, Mr. James Harden, crybaby fat man, has gotten his way once again. And you guys may have watched my previous videos where I go on these rants about how maddening it is to watch these NBA players become very spoiled, and the league allows this. There is no way in hell this man has gotten way more leverage in the NBA than anybody should. I mean, this guy gets more leverage than LeBron James. I mean, literally, we all think that LeBron James is a diva and that LeBron James cries and always is trying to team up. No. James Harden literally picks his poison. He picks where he wants to play. It's always open shop with this guy. I mean, literally, the NBA used to be so solidified, so much balance, so much structure, and this guy just cries to get his way out of every single situation. Not to mention, the 76ers take a major loss. I don't know if they are planning to go into a rebuild in the next few years. That's what it seems like, as they acquire multiple draft picks from the Los Angeles Clippers, but they also did look very well without James Harden on those first few games. I must admit, they do look pretty much solid, and maybe it is more better and much of a, more or less of a headache to have to deal with a fat, grown crybaby who wants to cry his way out of every single situation that he cannot handle or that life brings him. Clearly, James Harden, man. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, I don't know what type of CBA you guys have to come to or to reach for you guys to get the NBA, the league, under control, but this just cannot be tolerated as James Harden, man, strikes again. I'm waking up 4 a.m. to do my morning cardio, and this is what I see. The first thing I see. So let's get into this report. This is from ESPN.com. The Los Angeles Clippers acquired 10-time All-Star James Harden in blockbuster trade with Philadelphia 76ers Monday night. What was blockbuster about this trade, you may ask? That's what I asked myself, y'all. The only thing blockbuster was what Philadelphia gave up and what LA required, what they acquired. I mean, this was a win-lose situation. LA Clippers came up big time. They looking like they got a big four. Maybe a little rusty looking big four. They looking like they got a big four out there. And to me, I think their big four is all B- players, if I'm being honest. They're all B- players, with James Harden and Russell Westbrook coming in at a strong C+. So in my opinion, this really still isn't a top tier squad. But let James Harden have his way. Let's just keep going. So the 76ers send Harden, PJ Tucker, Philippe to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, KJ Martin, and a 2028 unprotected first round pick, 2 second round picks, a 2029 pick swap, an additional first round pick that will be routed from a third team, sources told ESPN. Now I can see how Philly may come up on the back end of this, but as of this moment, the LA Clippers got away with murder. There's no other way to say this. You can also look at this and say that the Los Angeles Clippers have lost their damn mind by giving up all of this draft capital for James Harden when no other team wanted to touch him. I don't know if these people, man, these folks be doing the most dumb stuff in the world to me sometimes. This makes no sense for an organization to give up this much draft capital for a washed up NBA player who you could have got for cheap if you would have just let him continue to ruin the Philadelphia 76ers organization and continue to let him be a nuisance. You guys could have got James Harden far more cheaper than this. But then again, I don't know. Maybe this is considered a win-win in the NBA world. I'm assuming that you guys are going to let me know in the comment sections how you feel about this. As we continue to read, it says the Clipper and the third team were still finalizing those details late Monday night. The Sixers will waive veteran guard Danny Green to create roster space for the trade. Oh my goodness. Danny Green can't win for losing. The Sixers are bringing back expiring contracts that keep them on track to potentially have as much as 50 to 65 million in salary space next summer. The Clippers landed Harden to partner with all-star forwards Kawhi Leonard, who's broken down, Paul George, who's broken down, and Russell Westbrook. Now with this Russell Westbrook situation, I'm curious to see how this is going to work because the mindset, the attitude. Russell Westbrook does not like quitters. Right? He's more of the vocal guy for this team. He may not be the most talented, but neither is Draymond Green. So I'm curious to see how is James Harden going to mesh with a player like Russell Westbrook, who gives it his all every single night, is not one for the crying and pouting. So let's see, James Harden. Like I said, James Harden, you have gotten your wishes. Let's see if you're going to cry and get yourself out of this situation when Ty Lue get on your ass. But they saying that Ty Lue is going to be the one that can tame you, huh? They say that Ty Lue is the person that you wouldn't mind playing for and that can deal with your type of attitude. We shall see. We shall see, as Ty Lue has a bunch of divas on his hand. A bunch of damsels in distress on his hand. And once somebody gets hurt, you never know who's going to start. People crying because their knees hurt. Paul George don't like to be in a bubble. The toughest person on his team to me is Russell Westbrook, man. And we all know how the Lakers did him, but that's another story. But I just don't see how this is going to mesh with the new Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Though they played together in Oklahoma, things change, right? Things change. Didn't they try this in Houston? Right? Didn't Westbrook go over there and play with James Harden in Houston? And we all saw how that went. What has changed? What has changed besides both of these players making multi-millions of dollars and becoming more and more stubborn? But this is what the NBA will allow. They're so worried about this player policy that this is pretty much going against everything that they're trying to set in motion. You got players literally crying to get off of teams. Because one thing don't go that way. This guy literally went out and embarrassed his general manager, Daryl Morey, who took a risk in a big swing on removing him from the sixth man off the bench in OKC to bringing him to an organization to be his own star. Other than that, who knows how James Harden's career would have ended up. But this is what y'all get, and I ain't gonna lie. I want the Clippers to do big things because I'm a Kawhi Leonard fan. But if they do not go anywhere because James Harden is there, I will not feel bad for them. None whatsoever. At all. Let's keep reading. It goes on to say the Sixers had wanted to get 2 first-round picks out of Harden trade and believe that those assets, coupled with the second-round picks and pick swap, give them a chance to pursue another high-level guard in a trade to partner with MVP Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey this season. Okay, I can see them lobbying this and setting this up. And I can see why they made this move now that I'm reading it. Still don't really make that much sense to me because I feel like they have a lot of good balance with Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid. But if I'm being honest, I don't think that Joel Embiid's heart is in Philly anymore. You can watch with his play. You can watch with his body language. This is a guy who just probably needs a change of scenery, in my opinion. I will not be surprised if Joel Embiid sooner or later starts saying, vocalizing how he wants to be traded. You guys just keep y'all eyes on this. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm very, very right. It goes on to say, as for the Clippers, they keep versatile fifth-year guard Terrence Mann, who has been sidelined by his sprained left ankle. Good play on you, Terrence Mann. I would have sprained my ankle too if I did not want to go to the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'm not going to lie. Now that this trade is over with, Terrence, man, it's okay to take the bandages off and go back on the floor and hoop. I don't blame you for playing that at all. To move from LA to Philadelphia, I understand. And I love Philadelphia. You guys know I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, but let's just be real. The warm, luxurious life of a LA lavish NBA lifestyle, it just hits different in LA. That's what it is. But it says here, it gets even better, guys. It says here, Harden is ecstatic to be going to the Clippers and was hoping to fly to Los Angeles as soon as possible. He couldn't wait to get his fat, skinny ass out there to Los Angeles, so that he can be in the celebrity limelight. That's all this guy wants to do. He wants to be in all the parties. He wants to be the guy that just is known for partying and BSing, showing up out of shape, getting in shape whenever he wants. Man, these NBA players are just very spoiled, man. The league just isn't, it just isn't the way it used to be. And yes, I do have a problem with this because I just don't like where this is going. Now you're going to have all these other players trying to follow this. Then it's going to get out of hand because you guys are afraid to stand your ground and say no to these NBA players, man. It's all about the player, and that's the huge distinction between the NFL and the NBA. You cannot act like this on a football team. Tom Brady could not act like this. And he is the greatest of all time. He could not act like this. And that's why I will forever say that this NBA, this new NBA, is just a whole lot different, man. It's just a whole lot different. This is sad that this guy cries and get his way out of there. And literally gets to go and be inserted into the starting lineup. If I'm the Clippers, you getting your ass coming off the bench. I'm sorry, your ass coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? And maybe when Russell Westbrook took that shot and Kawhi Leonard's knees hit the floor, this is what made the Clippers push the trade button. Because if Kawhi Leonard isn't satisfied, and I told you guys this when I made that video, if Kawhi Leonard isn't satisfied, he's going to get his way. He doesn't have to go out here and act like James Harden because he is a man with just a RBF, a resting you-know-what face. He don't got to say words because he does play with words on the court. He does lead with his play. And when we saw Russell Westbrook airball that game-winning shot to win a game over Utah, I automatically said to myself, I already knew. I said, oh, Kawhi Leonard isn't going to like this. Oh, he isn't going to like this. And I made the video about that, as you know, that these things happen with the superstars. And the Los Angeles Clippers, by Kawhi Leonard probably putting pressure on the front office, made them hit the trade button. Because in a game time decision like that, I'm assuming with the ball in James Harden's hand, it most likely would have been a shot that went in, or he would have made the right play to pass to the open basketball player. But anyway, it goes on to say, in Harden, Westbrook, and George, the Clippers now have 3 of the top 6 active players in points scored among those who have not won a title, according to ESPN Stats and Information Research. With those 3 surrounding Leonard, a 2-time NBA Finals MVP, the Clippers hope to win the first NBA championship in franchise history. Now let's go and see how this is going to last. I just want to see how this is going to last, because you guys stay buying in, Clippers Nation, stay buying in on these huge swings, only to come up short because of injuries. So we'll see, as the West is looking like a gauntlet. The Los Angeles Lakers have to come with it now, because that AD stuff, it's not going to work against this squad. It's not going to work against the Suns. It never seems to work right against the Kings, because the Kings have their number. And we cannot forget about the Golden State Warriors. So all you Bron-sexual fans out there, this is what's happening. LeBron James started this, right? LeBron James started this, and this is what you can expect now. And I'm quite sure that these teams are going to give him fits, but hey, don't kill the messenger, man. We just doing what you was doing. And now that you on your back end, it's our time now. So you really can't even blame this stuff, because everything is copycat, right? It started from somewhere, right? Because none of these players was thinking about doing this until LeBron James started. And now the whole league is doing it. Now all these players crying. The only thing that I think is messed up is that Dame Dollar didn't get a chance to go to the team he really wanted to go to. But I will say, it is better for him in Milwaukee. And that was a situation where one team decided to stick to their guns and do what was best for them. And with James Harden, I don't know if it's just luck or just a Harden effect, but he always gets his way. So you guys let me know what y'all think about this, as James Harden, Mr. Fat Skinny Man, has pulled it off again. This guy is a true magician, and we'll see how he is with the Clippers going forward. Please weigh in on this topic. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Like always, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know how you charge the game. Peace.